Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, I'm gonna try and make this quick as possible and at least try to give you guys enough information just to get you guys started with the new sound system. Basically, just like before, where you could still import and use WAV files and all that, but this system is slightly different, nothing major, but I'll go over it real quick and explain it to you. I have a small tutorial map. We'll do some sounds and go over a few things. Now I've fully loaded everything, so basically all I need is my AK sound. The way the system is set up now compared to before is before you would take a file just loosely or sound and just loosely drop it somewhere. You would have a radius around it with a min to max, and then you would be playing that sound as you came into that area. Now the way the system is designed is it's all done outside Unreal. There's a program, the Wwise program. All these sounds are brought into one major file, and all the volumes have been tuned to work together in some ways, shape or form that it balances everything out. And of course, being stereo, so sense of direction is very important. Anyways, enough blabbing. I'm going to go over it real quick just to explain to you. Now, the first and foremost important thing is when you're using sounds, you must load the banks. Okay, there's what's called let me see. Let's open up. Sorry, just bear with me. Sounds, ambient packages. Okay, so as you see here, each package, for example, each map has its own package, and within that package there's stored files. Okay, basically the main file is the AK bank. The AK bank is the file that all this other information is stored within this, that's been designed to work along with it. If you don't load that file, set it up to load, your sounds will not play. Now the ambient sounds, everything you need to do has to be loaded first before you do. Basically the way you control it is, it's simple. Well, it's not that simple, but it's easier than you guys think. I'm still learning. Each game, sometimes they're set up different, but this is how it works. So, for example, I'll open up just some of these maps. You notice within these maps, the ambient sound non-loops and sound samples and banks and kismets, they'll each have. For example, the sound samples are basically just like how the old way was. You take a file, you click on it. You could take any of these and drop them anywhere in your map. It would play that sound within that area, whatever the way it's set up through the program, the Wwise program. You could control them by having them set up to reverb volumes. Okay, those are each individual ones. Then what you have is, if you scroll down a little bit further down, there's the AK stereo. This is important when you're doing volumes that are indoor-outdoor. If you look at indoor-outdoor, there's also a play and a stop for each one. And the way this is designed is, and I'll show you guys, when you're doing the reverb volume, you have to put a play sound and a stop sound, because what's going to happen is going to sound weird if you do only a play sound and you walk out of that volume, it'll just an abrupt stop. Whereas if you walk out of it, as soon as you stop it, it does kind of chase you a little bit for a few seconds, maybe not even, and it slowly fades away. So that's how that works. Now, the other thing you want to know is, you want to remember this write-up. These will become handy. If nothing else, these will help you. Don't use the UMM, but use the EFX And then these will help you, give you that, you know how when you set up your sound you put TV or hall room or concert and stuff. Basically that's what this is, to give you that reverb sound of a small room or a small hallway or outdoor or large hallway, etc. So always try to, if you can't, use these. Otherwise you don't really have to worry. Let me move these out of the way for now. If you look, I have set up basically just a reverb volume. And within the reverb volume, basically it goes over it. The important things is having AK sounds that you touch, like I explained it, and if it's going to be an indoor outdoor volume, or a when you stop touching it, so it stops. Okay. The next important thing, this is very important when you're setting up volume. Indoor and outdoor. There's only two words. And indoor, when you set it up indoor, the sounds are muffled. So when you go in and you throw a grenade or you shoot your weapon, you don't hear the echo. When it's set to outdoor, you will hear all the echo, the loud, sound coming from your weapons, for your nades, flashes, whatever, just any of that. So basically, that's what that is. Now, anytime you want to use a file from, let's say, any of these folders, I would suggest before you do, always take whichever one it is. Open it up, grab the bank. Once you grab the bank, I would suggest going to Kismet. Let me see if I have Kismet loaded over here. I already have few set up, but as you see, I got intercept set up, and there's another range. You can set them up this way, or you could just break them and attach them in sequence. It doesn't matter. It's just basically what it's doing is it's loading the files for you, so you don't. Oh Jesus! Yeah, so you could do something like this, load. So I would suggest you don't have to do all. Make sure you switch this to client side only. If it's not, basically right here, just in your settings, just click, check, uncheck. Otherwise, you might have issues and things that might not work for you. And then basically, you want to AK. There are few things you want. You want the level load, which is, you'll find it in events. You'll go to level load. Once you put it in, you want to make sure you check client side. And then, under actions, you want the AK sounds. And you want the AK bank load, important thing, load bank, bank load. And then the other one is the, the ambient sounds. Okay, AK start, so it automatically starts the sounds for you. And then basically just start all and load it, and then inside the bank, put whatever file you are using. So make sure you do that every time you want to use a file from any of these packages. So if you want to use downtown, make sure you expand any files, any ambient sounds from downtown. Make sure you load its bank. Okay, otherwise you might have issues, it won't load for you. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick setup for you guys. So let's say what I'm going to do right now is, first and foremost, I want to set up a sound just for that, the reverb I have. So I'm going to do is, since I already have intercept, I'll go ahead and go to the bank, grab the file, open up Kismet, and just ignore that for now. We'll do a new. So actually, you know what? Let me delete all this so you guys get a fresh. So I'll go and get a event level load. Okay, and then I'll check it, make sure make client side, and then I'll go ahead and action AK sounds load bank, attach that, and then also grab and then connect that. And now, since I already had that bank selected, I'll just go and put it. Now basically what I just did is I told my, the game, hey, everything within this file, all these sounds that are play sounds and all that, I want them to go ahead and load it. Okay, and then same thing, what I'll do is I'll go to the all the way down here for the outdoor side in the bank. and grab the stereo A and B. Oops. And I'll go ahead, Control CV, make a copy, and I'll replace that. Break that off and disconnect this here. Okay, so now I got those loaded. So basically now what I want to do is, I know the sounds are loaded. I'm going to play around with this. So actually, since this is an indoor volume, this is a reverb volume, excuse me. What I want to do is I want to set up, let's say we have a building. Okay, I don't know if it'll help you guys visualize if I throw, where's my, it's a little messy, but bear with me, I'll get you guys there. Let's do, I don't know, walls, static mesh. I want something that's, let's see what that is. Can we get in here? Yeah, okay, cool. Let me move this over to the side for now. I'll put this inside the, again, everybody works different. There's no right or wrong way of doing things. I'm going to resize this to go into, it'll be funny if I can't get in that building. It's probably got collision on it. I didn't look. Okay. I should have a player start here somewhere. Right there. Now, let me see where I'm at. Okay, so just make sure I can get in there. Maybe I should rebuild my lighting, huh? Excuse the noob mapping. There isn't much in here, so it should build it. I just got a bulb in here. Just basically, it's just for testing purposes. Just take a few seconds to load this. I just want to make sure I get in the building before I proceed. I don't want to look like a jackass running into an invisible wall in the doorway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I guess I got a light mask running and everything in here. I don't know. Oh well. Bear with it. Alright, so let's see. Make sure I can get in here. Okay. Alright, so as you saw right now, basically, actually, I won't even cancel. As you saw right now, when I shoot out here, you hear the echo? Now, when I go inside this volume and I shoot, it's muffled because it's sorry guys, my daughter's here, but because I got the volume set up, the reverb volume, to indoor. Now, if I go ahead and just actually get out, before we do sounds or anything like that, I go ahead and switch this to outdoor and just close it up. Now what's going to happen is that when I go play that volume, it's going to give me the same reverb as if there wasn't even there, like I'm outside. So outside, same thing here. I hope you guys are hearing it, but yeah, you see, same echo sound. No difference. Whereas if I change it back to indoor again, I'm just going over this so you guys can kind of understand what's going on. You know, just give you guys an idea of this whole system, how it works and all that. So now when I go back in here, shouldn't hear no. And if I throw a nade, same thing. You won't hear the echo. It'll just be very. Okay? Difference. Alright, so now, let's say we want to set up sounds and have them differentiate from each other. You know, what's an outdoor sound, what's an indoor sound, how to go about setting up properly. So let's say you've got a building, you want to set this, for example. What we want to do is we have let me take that off here. Alright, so basically what I want to do is scroll down to my indoor sounds. I'm going to grab, let's see, we have, what can we grab from here? Let's do the play sound warehouse low, 001. So I'll open this up, and right here where it says AK area type, event AT touch, and event untouch. So I'll put the play in touch, so when once you touch the volume, and then I'll scroll down, there's a stop of the same file, which is somewhere here, AK warehouse low 01, and I'll put that there. Okay, now if I want to change this, I can leave this at default, or like I showed you guys earlier, you can grab, there's different types of effects. Let's see, we have large hall, medium room, small hall, small. So let's do a large hall, you know, for maybe a sound, or bright, large. Let's do, don't mind me, you know, I'm just talking to myself, but just hopefully you guys are following along of what's going on. So I'll grab that, and so it gives it that effect. Oops, I don't need all that. Alright, so now what's going to happen, as soon as I get in near that room, I get in there, it's going to start playing the sound. Alright, now because I have the bank for the stereo loaded, as soon as I go in here now, you hear it? You hear it? Okay, so now it's giving me the sound, for example, a humming sound, I guess whatever this hallway, this warehouse low, there's loud, there's different types you got. Now, but as soon as I walk away, you see, if I'm not sure how loud it is in game or not, but there, started, just fade it out. Okay, and that's how that works. So now, let's say, well, hey, okay, great, that's great, but now what I want to do is, let's say, let me bring this guy back and play here, and static mesh, oops, and let's do, I don't know, pipe, we'll grab this, we'll grab this guy and put him in this corner here. Okay, now what I want to do is, that guy right there, I'm going to go ahead and try to find a water sound. Make sure it's an ambient sound sample. You know, those are loose files. You got to put those.